All right, good morning and welcome to the Neal S Blaisdell Center. My name is Brandy Higa. I'm a spokesperson for the City and County of Honolulu, and graduation season is here. Well, that's an exciting season. It can also be a little bit stressful. So today we want to help you crush the graduation rush with a few reminders and tips from both the state of Hawaii and the City and County of Honolulu. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our first guest today, our first speaker from the Department of Education, Superintendent Keith Hayashi.
Aloha, and thank you for being here today. Mahalo to Mayor Blangiardi and our partners at the City and County. Thanks, Brandy. Graduation season has officially begun. Graduations are a special time in Hawaii, a time for family, friends, and communities to celebrate the achievements of our class of 2025. We kick things off this Friday at 6 p.m. with Radford High School, their ceremony right here at the Blaisdell Arena. Over the next 2 weeks, 46 public high school ceremonies will take place across the islands, from stadiums and convention halls to high school campuses. That means more traffic around key venues like the Blaisdell, the Waikīkī Shell, and Stan Sheriff here on Oʻahu, and county parks and stadiums and other venues on our neighbor islands. We ask families and the public to plan ahead, drive with aloha, and allow extra time when traveling from these events. As a former high school principal, I know firsthand how planning, coordination, and heart goes into these commencement ceremonies. They're a true labor of love for our students, our families, and our school staff. Please be mindful that our graduates and their loved ones, including kupuna and keiki, will be walking around the area. Watch for pedestrians, especially in the dark. Each school has its own set of procedures for lei greetings and what items are allowed. If you have questions, please reach out directly to your school. Also, a reminder that items like alcohol, tobacco, vaping devices, and fireworks are strictly prohibited on school campuses and at graduation events. The full graduation schedule is available on our website at hawaiipublicschools.org. Mahalo again to Mayor Blangiardi and our community partners for helping to make graduation season a safe and memorable one for everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2025. We're definitely so proud of you. Mahalo.
Thank you, Superintendent Hayashi. And not just here in the state, but in the City and County of Honolulu, graduation season is a busy one for us as well. Like you mentioned, starting this Friday, May 16th, beginning with Radford, we have 9 graduations spread across just the next 2 weekends, followed by Kalaheo on the 29th and then Marino on June 6th. And the key here is to plan ahead. So let's start off with how you're getting here. Event parking will be available here at the Blaisdell, and the lot will open at least 2 hours prior to your graduation, so please plan ahead. The cost for parking is $8 per vehicle, and entry and exit points are similar to if you've attended a major event here before. So you can enter off of that driveway on South King Street. You can also exit from that same driveway or on the other end of campus near Kapi'olani Boulevard. And for those utilizing rideshare like Uber, Lyft, or the taxi, we can encourage you to utilize the drop-off lane near the Galleria. So that's on the Ward Avenue side of campus. For the Tom Moffatt Waikīkī Shell, parking is free in the lot fronting the venue, and there's also metered spots throughout the area. We'll have staff at both sites to assist the schools with directing folks on where to park. And something to keep in mind, of course, like Superintendent Hayashi mentioned, no alcohol, but tailgating and picnicking will also not be allowed at both sites, and you won't be allowed to bring in any outside food or drinks. Please remember to follow all instructions from your school regarding ticketing, entry, when to do your lei greeting, what not to bring in, and arrival times, because your school might have something very specific when it comes to where you need to be and when come graduation day. And last but not least, smile, take lots of pictures, because it's no secret no one does graduation quite like we do here in Hawaii. So cover your grads in lei and love and help us make it a safe, fun, and memorable night for all involved. And of course, if you need to revisit any of this information, again, we'll have it on our Blaisdell website as well as all our social media accounts. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our next speaker from the Department of Transportation Services Deputy Director, John Nucci.
Aloha mai kākou. John Nouchi, Deputy Director, Department of Transportation Services, City and County of Honolulu. Some might say that this upcoming graduation season is the most wonderful time of the year. And I heard Superintendent Hayashi talk about the labor of love. And this is the culmination of 13 years for a lot of our students to finish their high school education and go off into the world as adults. And that kind of labor of love, how people all gather together, how we amass together to celebrate our graduates, how we put our hands into the sewing of lei and the presentation of other things, that's a testament to something that's purely Hawaii, and something that I think every other place that sees how we celebrate our graduates, I think they're quite jealous of that wonderful time of the year that we have here. So with that spirit of aloha that we see that brings everybody together, we want that to extend to how you get to the graduation venue too. Just a lot of times we just in the rush of everything, in the hectic nature of the lives that we live, we don't plan enough time to actually get to where we're going with enough time and with enough caution and safety. So first of all, as we embark upon this graduation season, the city wants to remind everybody to drive with aloha. Plan for enough time. Give yourself a lot of time to get there. Not just enough time to get to the ceremony on time, but give yourself time to find a place to park in very busy places in our urban city. Especially since a lot of people will be coming as large family groups. Make sure that you have a lot of time to get from even the parking place with your keiki to kupuna and get over, just so that everybody's relaxed and they can sit down and really celebrate our graduates here. We have many ways in this city to get about and to get to the different venues. We encourage everyone to consider using Skyline or the bus or the handy van when they can to get to these to the various sites. But most of all, we want to make sure that everybody just drives with aloha, that everybody gets there safely and everybody leaves safely and goes home safely with their graduates. It is a time to celebrate, and it is really just the best time with lei and the scent of lei and just that achievement that hangs in the air. And it's just a hallmark of such a good time in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And our next speaker is from the Department of Parks and Recreation, Public Information Officer Nate Sirota.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is afternoon, officially correct. Awesome. So, Nate Sirota with the Honolulu Department of Parks and Recreation. You all are probably wondering, what's a parks guy doing up here? Well, first and foremost, after the graduation ceremonies, I'm sure a lot of you folks are going to be heading to a park to celebrate your graduates. First off, congratulations. I'm sure many of you are probably cramming for finals right now, and the graduation is going to be that much sweeter when you're out with all those tests. But when you're in those parks, please enjoy them. I recommend, if you are going to be going to a park location and you have a big paina, a big party of more than 50 people, reach out to our park staff to get a permit for that location, just so that you can reserve that spot. Because if not, all these park facilities are going to be on a first come, first served basis. But also, when you're out there, make sure to take care of the park facilities, malama aina, pick up the trash after your pau, and be respectful of the neighbors that are around you, because the parks are for everyone. Now, the real reason I'm here is after the ceremonies, you may go to the parks, but even before that, I'm sure you're going to be getting lots and lots of amazing fresh lei to mark your congratulatory graduation ceremonies. So, a lot of situations when after graduation, you go to Project Grad, right? And may only be able to take one lei with you. Now, when you get stacked eye high with all those lei, what are you going to do with all those fresh lei? One thing that you can do is give them a second life and show appreciation for those who sacrificed for our privileges, and give it to the punch bowl ceremony that we have up at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. So we have to gather 38,000 lei in order to make the Mayor's Memorial Day ceremony as special as it is here in Hawaii. It's a very unique display of aloha to place a fresh flower lei or fresh tea leaf lei on all those 38,000 grave sites. And so on Friday, February 23rd, or Friday, May 23rd, we're going to have soa lei opportunities around the island. And not only are these opportunities places where you can soa lei, but also places where you can drop off the lei from your graduation ceremonies. So a lot of these ceremonies may not be in the time frame for you to be able to drop off your lei and to still have that freshness to it. But if your ceremony is on Thursday, May 22nd, then Friday, May 23rd, or even Saturday, May 25th, or 24th, excuse me, you still have an opportunity to drop them off at these locations or at Eddie County of Honolulu Fire Department Station. And that's going to be drop-offs from 10 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, if you want to make lei of your own, they don't have to be an entire neck lei, which is about 30 to 33 inches. It just has to be this small guy right here. So this is about 10 to 11 inches when it's tied. Just has to be big enough to go over the flag that the scouts are going to be placing on all the graves. So it's a really unique opportunity to not only have these amazing graduation ceremonies, but also to give the lei that you're given a second life and to show appreciation for those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for the privileges that we have today. All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you, Nate. And at this time, we can open up to any questions if there are any. All right. Congrats to the class of 2025. Thank you, guys.